Okay. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. There has been crazy technical difficulties all day. Facebook is acting up. Fucking YouTube, my computer is fucking acting up. But I love my computer. I'm grateful for my computer. It's all good. Hello, everybody. My name is High Priestess Ishira, and welcome to the Dark Sided Review of Love After Lockup. Today's episode I will be speaking about is, I believe, I'm not going to say the number, I'm going to say the title, Prison Blues to Wedding Bells. Prison Blues to Wedding Bells is the title of this episode. And I want to get into, first and foremost, the easy people like Tracy and Clint. Let's talk about Tracy and Clint, you guys, okay? She pauses and takes a gummy bear shot. These are like my favorite gummy bears. Okay. Okay. How come you always want what I want? Because I'm your mom? That's right! Damn, Skippy! Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Love After Lockup review. Oh, my God. Did you see the drama that went down in Love After Lockup? Yo, that was, I believe it's the finale, if I'm not mistaken, you guys, but I'm slow, so don't go by me. But I think that was the finale. But let's get into it. Okay, let's first talk about Tracy and Clint. Tracy, I love you! Tracy, I love you! Yeah. You have my conch thing on. Put my son said, kill the darkness. Rise up. My son is saying, rise up to the darkness. We are a dark family over here. Audrey, I'm focusing, babe. You're in. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, stop. You're throwing me off track. This is supposed to be a review. This is mommy's work here. Hello? Okay. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. All right. Tracy and Clint. Tracy, I love you. Now, before this episode, she had broken up with him, and he was distraught. He was having a fit about the whole situation. But the beginning of this one was him explaining how he apologized, that he took like a 360 degrees and decided to take Clint and Tracy back to Clint. Now, did anybody notice in the first episode or the first part of this episode, Clint sounded more like a man? I'm just saying, his voice wasn't like that in the other episode. He sounded manly. He sounded manly in this video. Like, you gotta lose some weight. Okay. Tracy. Can we talk about Tracy now? They opened the scene with Tracy getting out of jail the third time, getting on a bus to go meet up with Clint, because Clint is going to go pick her up, because Clint did a 360 and decided he wanted his white, albino white goddess back. My albino white goddess, I love you. Yo, that's true dedicated love, you guys. I wish I had a Clint in my life. Yo, so she's on the bus. Okay, ding, 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 ding. Did anybody notice that freaking Tracy looks totally fucking cracked the fuck out? She's like, oh, she tried to explain why she was so skinny and why she looked so dilapidated. But she was like, oh, I just didn't want to be there no more. It was so much rules. They were telling me what to do and blah, blah, blah. And she said, I just got stressed. No, you didn't get stressed. You got crack, bitch. You got crack and was smoking that shit constantly in the jail to the point where you look like an anorexic. She looked anorexic. I was scared for her. I was like, oh shit, that bitch is gonna fucking drop dead at any fucking moment. Yo, she looked awful, and I hope she kills this coke habit, but I don't think so. But what I will say about her on the dark side, she's trying. Okay? She don't really love Clint like that, Not the way Clint loves her, but she's really trying. She's trying. And I really believe this is the life coach healing part of the review. I believe she's going to try to love Clint, but that crack call, yo, she will fall back again and go back in. But I hope her sobriety for as long as she can hold the sobriety, because I feel like she realized Clint has shown her, and to be honest with you, I don't think Tracy computes the love that Clint gives her because she's never had. Now, we're going deep here. We're talking about these characters' psyches, these cast members' psyches. And in her mind, I don't think it has computed all the way the level of love that Clint has for her. But at the same time, she is trying to give him a chance and showing him some type of devotion. But yeah, that crack is going to call her back. On to the next couple. Woo! I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm late with this review, but life calls me to live it. And if you don't live it, how you going to ever actually be alive and woke to enjoy it? This episode has been sponsored by Gummy Bears. Black Forest, the best gummies in the world. Oh. My son agrees. Tracy and Clint, I wish you guys the best, yo. Tracy looked cracked the fuck out. I'm sorry. And Clint, his voice changed. He sounded like a man. I think he had a cold. I think he totally had a cold. All right. Let's get into Matt and Caitlin. Y'all remember Matt and Caitlin, right? Matt and Caitlin. Oh, sorry. Okay. We just spoke about okay, this is who we just spoke about, you guys. If you don't know who I'm talking about, that is Tracy and Clint. Tracy don't look like this no more. She's cracked out, but I'm hoping that Clint and his mother and father is gonna feed the girl and she can get some weight and become bigger. But right now she's cracked the fuck out and she will be itching for the drugs soon enough. She's gonna be itching for the drug soon enough. Itching for that drug. That next fix. Okay. Let's go on to Matt and Caitlin. Matt and Caitlin. Let me tell you something about Matt and Caitlin, you guys. I told you in my last review, dark-sided review of this show, Matt is so done with Caitlin. This bitch done paid his money to fucking get out of motherfucking jail. And this bitch think that he is actually going to be devoted to her. But we saw in the episode that as soon as this bitch paid for his release, he was done with her. He was like, yo, do I really gotta come and film this fucking whole shit? I haven't seen this bitch since she paid my bail. You guys have to know how these reality show works. She most likely didn't see or speak to that dude until the recording of the show because those motherfuckers was like, we need to record the breakup. Look, we need to record whatever you're gonna fucking do with her. She's been asking about you. She wants to see you. So we need to record this shit. She said, I paid and he hasn't even been here. So the scene starts off with Caitlin and Matt's mom talking about what happens in the next court proceeding because he had went to jail for stealing a car. And FYI, yes, that bitch was high when he stole the car, because if he wasn't that high, then he would have realized, damn, I'm on parole. Let me go get high and sit for a minute. No, he was like, I got high and I'm going to steal a car. I don't think dude was sober and just stole a fucking car. He got suited and then decided to steal a car because he most likely felt he needed to get home or go somewhere. Okay? So in the beginning of this episode, Prison Blues to Wedding Bells. We're going to go on to Wedding Bells with my favorite couple, Brittany and Marcelino. Shout out to the only couple that's going to survive through all of the fucking couples in this whole fucking season. In this whole fucking season, okay? You know what I'm saying? I shout out to them. They kind of a mess too, but they're trying, okay? At least they working together. You know what I'm saying? They're working together. So back to Matt and Caitlin. So Matt's mom is trying to break down to Caitlin what happens in the arraignment, because she's never really dated a dude, who's been locked up, because to tell you the truth, to be honest with you, I believe Caitlin was like a pass a bag type chick. You know what I'm saying? When you want to have a good time, just buy Caitlin a meal or tell her you like her and she'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? This is why it took her so long to get rid of this dude, because she's at that point where she didn't show no love to her mother. Dude she fucked with didn't show no love to her in the long term. So she feels showing love to Matt is going to be enough for him to want to show love to her in the long term. But she realized at the end of this episode that you can't really walk the man's life. The man has to walk his own life. You got to be so focused on you, which she finally realized at the end of this episode, that she needs to just do her. To tell you the truth, you guys, I wouldn't have paid that bitch's bail. Like, did you notice? Okay, like I told you, they were talking about the bail, and she was like, so how much is the bail? And they went through the process, and she was like, you guys need to figure out what you want to do. I mean, are you willing? They were giving some rough estimates before the arraignment. She's like, are you willing to wait for him for fucking 10 years, yo? He's going to be in jail in 10 years. Are you ready? Are you ready for that life? Are you about that life? She's like, I don't know if I'm about that life, but I guess I'm going to give it a try. She was totally undecided in that scene. And whenever they cut to the next scene or filmed the next scene, it was the video arraignment. I never saw a video arraignment. I thought it was cool. They had Matt wherever he was at, and they had him on the screen, and they were in a court where the screen was at. So Matt wasn't really with them during the whole process. And she's looking at the screen and shit. And then they talking, they're going through the arraignment. Basically, the judge busted down that this nigga's been in and out of jail. You're not paying attention. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So we consider you a high risk. So they kind of zooted up his bail. And his bail was like, what did they say his bail was? They said his bail was, I think it was 5,000 for the bail. It was 25,000 they were charging him, but he had to pay 5,000 for the bail, and that was 5% she had to come up with, which was $750. Fuck that. I'd be damned if I give that motherfucker my $750. But like these type of reality shows, they cover a lot of the stuff that goes down in the show. So I'm sure they gave her the $750. Just like I'm sure they gave Lizzie that car for that new job she got. Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. But yeah, most likely the show covered Lizzie's car. The show covered Lizzie's hotel with her daughter, Jasmine. The show covered finding her a motherfucker. Yo, we're going to talk about that later. So they're in the courtroom, you guys. And he gives the bail for 5,000. And she's like, damn, where am I going to get 750, yo? And then did you notice that when they gave the high bail, he looked at his prosecutor like, fuck, nigga, fight for me, yo. He looked at him like, 5,000, what the fuck? $25,000 thing, but $5,000 bond, what the fuck? He looked at him like, he lost hope. All color left his body. All color. left his body. It was really, really funny. So then she goes into another scene with the mother where they are sitting in the living room figuring out if she's going to pay this bail. Shout out to Black Forest Gummies. You guys fucking rock. Mm. I love gummy bears, yo. Mm. Okay, back to work. So she's trying to figure out if she's gonna pay the bill or not. And then her Matt's mom, I love these scenes with her and her Matt's mom because you can tell that Matt's mom is done with the whole shit. She's like, I've never paid his bail, so I don't know. She's like, so what's the process? Do I have to go? She's like, look, I never paid that boy's bail. He gets himself in trouble. He deals with that shit. Okay. She goes, yo, she tries to save her with certain amount of words without going in their business. But she goes, then if you're gonna pay his bail, then you're gonna be a prison wife. Then you're gonna be a fucking prison wife. She said, you're gonna be a fucking prison wife. And fucking Caitlin is just looking at him like, wait, what did fucking Caitlin say? Yeah, you're gonna be a fucking prison wife. That is what it is. And she goes, because I don't want to become no fucking prison wife. And I don't know if I can wait 10 years for him because remember, the hearing was the 750 he needs is just to come out, but he has to go back and fight the case of the stealing the car, and he might do time as much as 10 years. So Matt's mom, I really believe, I have to say, I respect the fact that she tries to save Caitlin from her son's fuckery. Okay? She tries to save Caitlin from her son's fuckery. And I'm glad she heard her because she didn't want to see this girl like fall into pieces. Like seriously. You know what I'm saying? That it was just funny. She's like, I've never bailed him out. Okay, did you guys peep how Matt looked at Caitlin after she paid his bail and he got out and they finally had that last talk where they finally break up with each other? Okay? You could see in his energy, in his aura, the way he looked at her, that he was done with her. Like, oh, the eyes as a healer. Now, this is from a dark-sided perspective. The eyes show the whole story just by even a quick glance. Well, for me, it does. And I see the whole story, and the eyes say a lot, especially about how you feel about someone or how you vibrate or flow with different types of people. And the way Matt looked at Caitlin, you could tell he was totally done with her. And the dark-sided perspective of this relationship is that I feel that Caitlin did not have enough time alone by herself to learn to be self-sufficient, which she now has because she broke up with Matt in this episode, the last episode, I believe this was the last episode. She broke up with him. I mean, you need to break up with him. You paid for his bail and you didn't see him until like 2 weeks later, and he kept on promising you to speak up with you and talk to you, and he was a no-show for how many times until the show interview. So you're totally worth better, Caitlin. Go get like a degree or some type of certification or go do something you enjoy and live your life to the fullest. Because right now, Matt is still a child. Mentally, Matt is a child. Okay? Mentally, Matt is a child. And like his mother said, he does not know how to function. I dated a guy like that. He was in jail for 15 years, but he was good to me. He was good to me. He listened. He followed instruction well. He was a good father figure to my son and an excellent sexual lover. He was, oh, awesome. He was my best lover to date. He was very passionate, very loving, physical lover, my best physical lover today. He was very passionate and loving, but we broke up, for silly little reasons, and he went his way and I went my way. But I've learned in these breakup relationships, just make sure you're leaving with something a little bit more. It doesn't matter how much that person takes from you, because if you're leaving with growth and learning lessons, then you're allowing that hurt to build you up and make you stronger. Okay? So I hope Matt does a lot of inner healing because he needs it. And I hope Caitlin does a lot of inner healing because she needs it. Because they're both at different points in their lives and they need to move forward by themselves, which is what they're doing. I think that relationship was a success on the dark side of the opinion. Okay? On the dark side of the opinion, I believe that relationship was a success because they chose, even though they didn't want to, they chose to separate from each other because they weren't building and growing with each other. So far, both relationships were a success. Tracy and Clint stayed together, even though I know for a fact that Tracy is going to go back to her crack habit or coke habit, whatever habit she has. I really believe she's going to give a full hard try to be with Clint and Clint alone. And that's a success because they're trying. In that moment, they are trying. And as to Matt and Caitlin, that is a dark-sided success. Why? Because they both realized that they weren't going to stay together. They chose to move forward separately. Okay? Now, let's talk about Brittany and Marcelino. They are my favorite couple in this show. I don't watch TV, you guys. I really don't. I'm too busy floating through my life of the awakening that I'm always in self, but sometimes certain shows just grab my attention on Netflix. No, I'm sorry, on YouTube. That's how I found out about this show. On YouTube. And I've realized that some shows you will gravitate to and build from, and some shows you won't. But I like watching the show and noticing the dark-sided perspective of the show. Marcelino and Brittany. They just found out they're pregnant. They just said they were going to get married. And in this episode, it is the wedding. This episode, it is the wedding. I wonder if this is pineapple. It's the wedding. So they open up the scene, right, with Brittany in the car with the people they were able to gather up for this wedding scene. Love after lockup, budgeting, hand clap, because you know the franchise Love After Lockup paid for the wedding, for the people to come down, to go through this whole thing. But it's made for good TV because I enjoyed it. You had Brittany, the first scene in the car. She had her sister clan with her. She had 3 sisters she's not really cool with, but they came to the wedding anyway, and a cousin. And then Marcelino, in his scene, he had his family and homeboy. He had his brother, his cousin, Jack Cat. Dude, your cousin name is Jack Cat. You said it like it was your heart, like Jack Cat Killer, excuse me, and his friend Gabriel. Okay? So they're in the car talking about the wedding, prepping the wedding, getting ready for the wedding. And then you hear Marcelino say, "Am I worried? Am I anxious about the wedding? Am I worried about the connection? Yes, yes, yes." Let me tell you something about Marcelino, you guys. Marcelino really loves this woman. Marcelino really loves this woman, okay? He really, really loves her. Now, Brittany. Okay, Let me explain to you Brittany's psyche, okay? Brittany, y'all, you guys know Brittany's story, everything. I don't have to go through that all again. What I need for you to understand is that just like Tracy, Brittany too is also trying, because her cousin, her family members kind of insinuated that she still has a connection to not only her baby daddy, but also to Amanda. To tell you the truth, Amanda looks like a doe in headlights throughout the whole fucking episode. Like, bitch, you were licking my pussy just last week. What the fuck? And now you're telling me you're gonna marry this motherfucker? What? Well, she got her man now, so I guess they're moving on to maybe their cosmic families. But this is what Brittany is trying to do. It was totally obvious that Brittany is still very bisexual, and she just doesn't want to love down on Marcelino. But she's giving this marriage thing a try because of Marcelino. And I respect her for that, because she's trying because of Marcelino. Oh my God, did you guys see Brittany's dad? Oh my God, did you guys see Brittany's dad's teeth? Ooh, it was bad, but the scene was beautiful. You know, her talking to her dad and getting the okay, because he basically said, bitch, you were fucked up, okay? You were fucked up, and I just want to see you do well. But he too also was kind of shady and insinuated that she was making a wrong decision. Literally, I don't think anybody peeped that. I haven't watched too many reviews of, matter of fact, the girl that I do watch, she did a live version. I haven't even watched that. But I wonder if people noticed that everyone in the wedding was against that. I felt the energy. Everyone in the wedding was against that shit. You remember the part of the wedding where they said, if there's anyone who feels that these two should not be married, please speak now or forever hold your peace. What kind of peace? That's, they were holding fucking etheric Glock 99s for real. Because then Marcelino, him and his smart ass, he goes, if they would, we wouldn't invite anyone who was going to object to this wedding. But they all are etherically objecting. You even saw this play out when they had a scene with Brittany and her cousin. And then she said something to the effect of, what did she say? What did she say? She said, I'm not going to, oh, no, we're going to Marcelino. Oh, yeah. She goes, as long as you feel it, then that's all that matters. And everyone else should feel that way too. Everyone else should feel that way, but everyone else didn't feel that way. And then in the private booths where they have the individual comments, she goes, I really don't think that they're really they're really thinking about this. They're moving really, really fast, and I just hope she knows what she's doing. And I still feel she has some issues with her son's father that she needs to deal with. And I was like, damn, that was straight shade, yo. That was straight shade. You felt the energy, like almost everybody. Maybe Marcelino's boys weren't the only ones who weren't hating, but mostly everybody that was there from Brittany's side wasn't down with the situation. And not even Brittany, but I like the fact that Brittany is trying with Marcelino. I think she'll go the longest before she break up with him. You remember, Marcelino is this man that while she was in jail, Marcelino would go to the jail and stand outside the jail so he can talk to her on the phone. Colette, that's dedication. That's like Clint paying for Tracy's bail right after she goes back to jail 2 weeks after they get married because she left his house. She left the honeymoon to go on a bender. Mom, she's gonna be okay, Mom. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna do better. She's like, yo, do you have a limit? This is Clint's mom. Do you have a limit? She's gonna come out and do better. If she goes back to drugs, I'm done. You fucking lie, Clint. You will go pay for that bitch's bail with your parents' money in a heartbeat because that bitch is giving you the time of day, period. But I believe she deserves Clint's love because I don't think that Tracy has ever been cared for or catered to the way Clint does. Did you hear her in her interview? And she was like, right when they hugged each other and she got off the bus and he rolled up and they gave each other a hug and they basically dry humped each other and he lifted up the crackhead and she goes, no man has ever did that for me. I left and he came back a second time. No one has ever done that for me. No, do you understand that? And then she looked at Clint and was like, do you know what you just did for me? Do you know what you just did for me? She's trying. I love Tracy and Clint. All good, all good, all good. All right, let's get into Scott and Lizzie because this one was really, really short. And because Scott and Lizzie was short, it really wasn't that complicated. You know, it wasn't really that complicated because it was a really short stint. We already knew that Jasmine does not like Scott. Been trying to break him up. Trying to break him up since day one. Lizzie's finally found out Scott has no money. He's broke. He's broke. They open in the bedroom, the hotel bedroom that the company is paying for, the show is paying for. And then Lizzie is basically having a little family powwow with Jasmine, preparing to break up with Scott for good. And then after that scene, she goes to Scott's apartment. Yo, man, they make these scenes look high quality. They created that shit. All you need is a little money and the scene makes itself. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you live that life. So then she goes to Scott's apartment and they sit on the couch. And long story short, because you guys already seen the regular reviews, you know what the fuck happened because my review is late. But she says, Scott, you have no money. I feel like you lied to me and I just don't want to do this anymore. We can be friends. And Scott's like, we could be friends? Like, what do you mean we could be friends? You said you'd never fucking leave me. You said you'd never leave me. And she was like, we could be friends. We can be long distance friends. That bitch is a gangster. She said we could be long distance friends. I said that to a boy once. We could be long distance friends, yo. And then he goes, so you don't want to be with me no more? Scott. And then she takes the ring. Here, take your ring. And I think she did it like to make him understand that she was done with him. She's like, take your ring. He said, you're giving me the ring? She's like, yeah, we're done. He gets so livid, okay? Scott gets so livid. He stands up. He throws the ring in the toilet bowl and he leaves. But what made me laugh in the scene was Lizzie then goes, what the fuck is wrong with him? What is he doing? She goes, where are you going? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Where are you going? You just broke his heart. Where do you think he's fucking going, bitch? He's going to hell in a handbasket on his own, doing his own thing, leaving the fuck away from you, yo. It's like you could tell she was surprised, like he fucking walked away. Like it's like subconsciously she broke up with Scott, but many parts of her was still together with Scott at that moment. Because she said, what the fuck? Why are you acting crazy? Why are you acting crazy? Where are you going? Bitch, you broke up with him. He's leaving. He's leaving. So then she follows after him, of course, you know, to see what he's to talk to him or whatever. But he wasn't having it. He was like, I'm good. I'm good. You know, she was like, and then she tried to save face. She was like, fine, then get the heck up out of here. Uh, oh my God. There's no relationship anymore. Of course there's no relationship no more. You broke up with him. But what See, what Lizzie didn't realize was that even though Scott was officially broke, he still could have took care of her to a certain level, to a certain degree. You know, Lizzie is computating broke as no money at all, but I know a lot of motherfuckers who live rich just by borrowing. Period. Okay, leaning and borrowing, leaning and borrowing, leaning and borrowing throughout their whole fucking life. So I think she kind of prematurely cut off that relationship. But I feel as a black woman, because she wasn't sexually attracted to him, and the fact that in her mind, what was attracting her to him, which was the money, was not there anymore, she decided to break up with him because he wasn't worth the exchange, the investment. Plus, her daughter, who was basically puppet mastering this whole situation. Oh, yes, Jasmine held that bitch down and kept Scott away from his mother. You know what I'm saying? I felt like kind of Jasmine was hating on her mom. Like, you know, your mom don't have a degree. It's hard for her to get a job. And I'm going to keep it real about this job situation. If Lizzie was not in this show, she would not have that job that they so-called promoted that she's doing right now, which most likely she'll stay because the people who hired her said her love her. But did you notice in the interview with Lizzie, I guess they needed another scene, so they included a little chat session with the boss of the factory that Lizzie now works at. They even gave Lizzie a car because I know Lizzie didn't pay for that car on her own. They gave her that car. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. She a good witch. She gets what she needs without a problem. You know what I'm saying? And so then they were in the factory lunchroom, and then fucking Lizzie started giving the boss lady too much TMI information. She's like, "Yeah, this job was really hard for me, but I really like it." She said because I'm used to only getting Johns, and having Johns pay for my drugs. The white lady's eyes, yo, you guys, the white lady's eyes fucking dilated, yo. The white lady's eyes dilated. She said, "Oh shit." She said, "Oh shit, drugs." Oh my god. Lizzie gave her so much information. I think she spoke to her too much. And the white lady was like, "What the fuck?" If Love After Lockup, because I know they had something to do with getting Lizzie the job. And I'm thankful that Lizzie got that opportunity to get that job, because she wouldn't have got that job. She wouldn't have got that job if um Love After Lockup did not intervene and help her get that job. And I'm just glad she enjoys the job. I'm glad she's doing the job well and just loving her. Because I feel the thing about life is that it don't matter what you do or how much you make. It's about you enjoying it or not. Like, are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying what you do? And it doesn't matter what you make when it comes to what you're doing. The question is, are you enjoying it? And are you doing it to the fullest extent of your own laws? You know what I mean? It was really outstanding. It was awesome. And I just like the fact that Lizzie has chosen to live her life. You know what I mean? To live her life without a John for now. But I'm going to give you a life coach healing tarot card prediction for Lizzie. She'll find another John. Oh, yeah. A different type of John that she likes, and she may fuck around and do both. We'll see. It really depends on the decisions she makes. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So let's talk about Scott real quick. Did you see the dime piece that Scott bagged up? He was like, I was at the gas station, and then Jasmine, and did you notice the synchro destiny? It's like there was a Jasmine in Lizzie's life that didn't like Scott. And then Scott ends up meeting a Jasmine that's like an upgraded version of the Lizzie he got rid of. Because that girl Jasmine is, I just think, an upgrade of what the fuck Lizzie was. meaning she was a little bit smarter. Because what did the cast producers ask? The people behind the scenes, they were like, are you having sex with Jasmine? Because Scott, if you don't know, you guys, Scott got a new girlfriend, okay? He saw her at the gas station. She said something about, oh, she likes his bike. And then he was like, yeah, I got a bike at my house. You want it? So he got her the bike. So now he's dating another smart black triple goddess. Scott loved his black triple goddesses. Scott loves his black triple goddess girls, yo, queens. He loves his black triple goddess queens. And this new girl, Jasmine, is way pretty. I'm not gonna say way prettier, but I think she has more mind and more class um, than Lizzie. Because Lizzie, you know Lizzie's past. She dealt with a lot, and all she knows is jail. So she's not very bright. This other lady, she's bright, but she knows how to cater more so to Scott to make him feel as if she's giving him something. That bitch ain't fucking Scott no time soon. Unless she has a sexual contract. That's maybe a different story. But what they doing, what do they call it in the ancient times? Profane prostitutes, you know what I'm saying? You know, the ladies who give favors, you know, little by little, back and forth. I'm a sacred prostitute, very different. But profane prostitutes, you know what I'm saying? They are very different, very, very different. They give and take, give and take. And I feel her sexuality with Scott will be more intensified more so than Lizzie, because I feel that this new girl, Jasmine, knows how to have the man feel good and feel wanted and loved and feel respected, but at the same time making sure she gets all that she wants and all that she desires. You know what I mean? But even though I think the new Jasmine for Scott is a gold digger, she's a cool, they're happy in their relationship. I can see it throughout the energy change in the couple of scenes that they had with each other. But he found a new girl, and I'm glad that he found a new girl. And this, some of you guys would call her a gold digger. On some real shit, some of you guys would call her a gold digger, but I don't think she's a gold digger. I just believe she chooses to spend time with Scott because he treats her right. Okay, it's not her fault. She's not sexually attracted to him. You know, not her fault. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So that was Lizzie and Scott. Last but not least, let's get into the thruple, the thruple, which was Megan, Michael, and Sarah. Okay. We're still in the exchange of Sarah. Today's stone display of the day, kyanite. KY, Yanite. Beautiful shard of kyanite. Okay, Megan, Michael, and Sarah. You guys seen the other reviews. Long story short, Sarah goes on her way, breaks up with her boyfriend over the phone after having a conversation with the side chick, Megan. Megan is so frustrated that she takes a flight right back home and cries into her daddy's arm regarding the whole fucked up situation of Michael cheating on her with her baby dad, with her baby mama for the past 2 years that they were together. Michael calls them both, talks to them. Both of them are very upset with him, hangs up on him. But notice in the conversation with the side chick, because the baby mom has already said you can't come back to the house. Michael goes, I still love you. Michael goes, I still love you. Sarah's like, I'm sick of this shit. I can do better than you. There was a certain thing that Sarah said that I did not agree with, and that's the only thing I want to read off, which I thought was some bullshit, you know? Because let me tell you this something. If you ask me who won the fight, fucking Sarah or fucking Megan, I say Megan. Megan shut that bitch down. Megan shut that bitch down. For real, real. Um, okay. Excuse me. They start off with Megan saying, if anything happens, I lost control. Megan was acting like she was going to fight. Bitch, you pregnant. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up and relax yourself, okay? Like, she's young and dumb, and I feel she needs more growth, more time to grow, to heal from the pain. But can I say, I hope, Sarah, you do not hold back that man's daughter if he decides not to fuck with you, because that's what too many young girls do. And it looks like she will do that shit to Michael. And I believe that's one of the reasons why Michael feels that she's not enough, because she's the type of chick who would hold his daughter away from him. And that ain't right. It's not right. We have to learn how to separate the relationships and the business of our children separate from the relationship and the business of our lovers. But a lot of people's not doing that, and it's causing a lot of families to hurt and to get hurt and just die off. Megan pimp slapped Sarah emotionally when Sarah goes, so who am I? Who the fuck am I? She's like, who am I? Who the fuck am I? She was trying to run the shit. Megan said, I'm not going to tell you who the fuck you are. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Why don't you just tell me who the fuck you are so we can get to the nitty, to the gritty? And she's like, I'm the wife. I'm the wife. So this is when Megan finds out that fucking Michael is married to this bitch and they've been together for 6 fucking years. Okay? I don't think they've been married for 6 years, but they did get married while they were in jail. Okay? And that was around the time when they were dealing with each other. So Megan was distraught. She goes, you said it has nothing to, she goes, what, you see, that's what I'm talking about. That she's like, you side bitches. You side bitches. She goes, she said it was has, I guess, Megan said something that she didn't like, and she goes, oh, you're gonna bring up the color thing? You're gonna make this a white thing? I guess it went so fast, I didn't catch it, but I guess Megan said something to her that made Sarah presume she was saying a racial statement. So she goes, oh, you're gonna make this a white thing? Megan shut her the fuck down and was like, I said nothing about color. This has nothing to do with color. She said, you a classless hoe. You have no fucking class, hoe. And she's so right, because for the girl who's the pregnant one in this whole scene, she was doing too much rah-rah, too much jumping up and down, getting all hype and shit. You know, you pregnant, calm the fuck down, relax. You know, I know you're upset, I know you're stressed, but Sarah has a lot of growing up to do, and point blank, she has a lot of fucking growing up to do. And I give kudos to Megan, because she held her Black Queen, Triple Goddess power card strong in that meeting. Remember, Megan was told out of the blue about this scene. She didn't know about it, okay? Fucking Sarah knew about the scene, but not Megan. Okay, and for the fact that Megan just found out about the scene and then the bitch was in her face 5 minutes later, I give fucking Megan respect for that shit. I know how they get down in these reality shows. They make it perceive that the timelines are different. Sometimes these motherfuckers are not knowing that the scene is going to go down until that fucking day. That bitch did not know she was going to meet Sarah that day. Whether she knew of Sarah or not, whether she knew that he was fucking his baby moms or not, she didn't know that she was going to meet that bitch that day. And she held it down throughout the whole time. And I give Megan respect for that shit. She's like, you a classless hoe with all this running around, jumping up and down, acting all crazy. And then Megan realizes, wow, he's been cheating on me the whole fucking time. You could see her whole heart break, her whole heart cry. from her whole spirit just broken down from that situation. But then Sarah didn't know of her. Sarah called her a stupid hoe. You know, she's like, you the stupid hoe, you the side piece, you the side piece. And she was like, no, you the stupid hoe, because you're continuously getting played by him. I just found out. You see what I'm saying? He's like, I just found out I was getting played by him. You continually get played by him. And that's where, yo, she spit the realest shit in the fucking world when she said that shit. She spit the realest shit in the world. So then they take a break. And throughout the whole break, this bitch is calling her a bitch. And by the end of it all, she's like, look, she's like, if you were a mom, you would just want to know what's going on. She was like, Megan was like, okay, bitch, what the fuck you want to know? Okay, what the fuck you want to know? Yo, Megan rocked that fucking scene, yo. She was a soldier. She was in the pits of the bowels. They told her as she was waiting to do something else that fucking Sarah was coming through. They were like, do you want to meet Sarah right now? This bitch was like, what? You want me to meet the baby's moms on camera right now? Yo, she held it down from beginning to end. Kudos to the black woman. Kudos to the black woman that sees the hate in the white woman's eyes when we claim the right to our fucking sovereign gods. Okay? Yeah, he's your husband, but etherically, blood-wise, baby girl, he belonged to that black woman. But we're not going to go into that. We're going to stick to just the black dark-sided review. And the dark-sided review of it all is that the black couples share a connection that white and black do not share. I don't care how pro-black you are. There is a melanated DNA frequency connection that happens when black on black love is created and transpire that cannot be created with white and black love. Sorry, don't be mad at the messenger. Just speaking the truth. So you can feel the hate that she had for this woman. And it is not because she's fucking Michael, because she is a black woman. Because you knew, I truly believe Sarah knew of Michelle, of Megan for a long time longer than Megan knew about Sarah, about them fucking. She knew of her, but about them fucking. Best believe that. So she says, I'm done. I'm done like a big ass baby. I'm done. This scene is done. I'm ready to go home. I'm pregnant. I'm hungry. I'm angry. I'm done. I'm done. She's like, okay, be done. Bye, bitch. She goes to her hotel room to assess all this fuckery that just went down with her. Shout out to Megan Black Queen. You will find someone better. Shout out to Megan Black Queen. Focus on your uprising and never forget to fuck them haters and go as deep as you can go. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Fuck them. Go through your pain. Go through your pain, Megan. So then Michael calls Sarah. She hangs up on him. Then Michael calls Megan during an individual interview. She's like, you're married for real? Michael! Michael! Were you fucking Megan? Michael! Were you fucking you guys know this shit. Why are you asking men questions you know the answer to, beloveds? Like, you women, you lose your intuitiveness and you allow the fuckery of the outside world to throw you off. Both of them asked them questions they already knew the answer to. Why are you reviewing shit of information you already know? Anyway, I think Michael's going to try to stay with Megan and work on it with Megan while he tries to build a relationship with his baby moms and daughter. I don't know if he'll be able to keep his dick in his pants, but we'll see. Michael is young. To be honest with you, if Michael don't fuck with Megan, he'll find another girl to fuck with. For real. Sarah's not the last bitch, and she won't be the last. He will have a couple of other kids with some other bitches, especially after this TV show. But he's going to try to get that. All right, you guys. So, know that I feel this relationship also ended on a dark-sided good note. Okay, definitely dark-sided goodness. She said, oh, this is what I didn't like what Sarah said. The reason why I'm looking at my notes. Fucking Megan was like, I could kill him. I could kill him. I could fucking kill him. You can tell that she really loved him because she admitted on camera that she would kill his ass. What I didn't like what Sarah said was, she said in a really crazy way, she goes, you threw away your freedom, Michael. You threw away your freedom, Michael. I was your best chance at freedom. I was your best chance at freedom. Ivana is the daughter, and when Michael asked to speak to Ivana, she did not let him speak, even though Ivana wasn't there. She could have been like, Ivana's not here, bye, bitch. She lied to him and was like, no, she's sleeping. Oh, you lied to him straight on camera. He's going to find out that you are easy and quick to lie. So he's not going to trust you as much as he did before. So know that keeping him away from Ivana will not be a good look, Sarah. Do right and be an adult mother and not a child mother. And what I liked about what Michael said to Sarah was that he said, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry to Sarah. And then the last words we caught on the phone with him, because he is locked up, the last words he said to Megan was, I still love you. Of course you'll love her. Y'all both are two beautiful Black kings and queens that will have an infinity connection with each other for life after life after life. That's what mostly all of the melanated beings, cosmic families of this world. So know that this relationship ended on a positive note. Why it ended on a positive note is because this very young throuple, the Alvin and the Chipmunks, they're young. They still need to sow their wild oats and be out there and doing their own thing. Now that she's broken her hymen, she can be free to indulge in positive sexual activity with men who deserve her. I hope she doesn't fall into the trap, Megan, of going on to the next guy who is not respecting her or not showing her love and full respect. Um, and with Sarah, I think Sarah is so scared to walk on her own that she won't deal with another man because she's too stuck on Michael. And that's really sad because she's going to waste a lot of years and she's going to end up growing up angry. And then Iviana, her daughter, is just going to end up hating her at her bitch ass. You told me daddy was at work. Daddy was in fucking jail, mom. Like, what the fuck? Okay, was that everybody? Was that everybody? Yes, you guys, that was everybody. That was Love After Lockup, Prison Blues to Wedding Bells. And it was a good episode, you guys. I really, really liked it. So keep in mind, please subscribe. Please subscribe if you can. And know that if you're looking for spiritual and multi-dimensional information, please feel free to check out HP Life Coach Healing and High Priestess Ishra, and also my nonprofit organization, Mama's Family Circle on YouTube. Please subscribe to all and support the cosmic family cause. And know that if you truly work on you, yourself, and make that the number one priority, you won't put yourself in love after lockup situations to where they're not productive. You know what I mean? Love is good, but you have to love on you first so you can acquire the highest potential of outside love that can come to you. My name is High Priestess Ishra, and I am also a Tantra Master, Dark Goddess at Dark Goddess 99 on Facebook. Feel free to check out my metaphysical services. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're looking for a long distance Reiki session, please feel free to DM me on my Facebook at Mel Sheba High Priestess. Mel Sheba High Priestess. That's MELSHEIBA. Thanks for listening to my excited review of Love After Lockup, Prison Blues to Wedding Bells. Ding, 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 ding. Love and blessings, blissed in fire, and I'll see you next time. Later, guys.